Hello and welcome back to the Glimmer Witch. So after a difficult week or so, I've been extremely busy this week fitting all my extras in, but thought I would upload this beautiful set. My client is a new client. This is the third time I've done her nails, and she decided that we were going to change from a tapered square or ballerina to stiletto. So on this set I have removed all of her previous set, I've done all my prep, I have laid my clear base, and I am using Glitter Planet's, sorry, my tablet cut out then, got a message. Anyway, I'm using Glitter Planet's pre-pinched stiletto tips. We have not cut any length off these. She does love her nails long, so I am taking that into consideration and making sure that apex is quite high, and I thought I would leave this in. This is my balls up with skeleton leaves. So I laid the acrylic down and I thought it will stick really easily. It didn't, so I went back in and applied a little bit more clear acrylic, and then follows the farce that I had trying to hold it in place. So I end up holding it, covering it in clear acrylic, which made the ugliest nail you've ever seen in your life. What would I do different next time? I think I would do a very, very thin clear base, and I would just glue. I would just stick it with glue. So I end up holding it, so my fingers are getting covered in acrylic. Wasn't the best way. I then get a bulldog clip to try and hold that leaf bent around that nail to give the acrylic time to set. It was a faff, but I've left it in because this is what we deal with on a daily basis. This sort of shit, because we sit there and our client says, oh, I quite like a netting effect, and you go, oh, I've got some lovely skeleton leaves I'd like to try. Yeah, don't do it like that because it hurts your client. So yeah, you will now see me hold it with my fingers like so, whack the clear acrylic on top, because we have to, don't we? We have to try things we've never done before. Now I've done this on me, but on very, very long nails, so it was a lot easier. So in hindsight, I probably wouldn't do it this way. So yeah, lay your clear base, file it smooth, glue your skeleton leaf on top, then you can cap it, and then you'll avoid the ugly ass mess that this nail ended up being. But you know what, we filed it, it was fine, it wasn't perfect, but my client loves them. That's the main thing. Look at this. What the hell am I even doing? What goes through our minds when we're doing stuff like this and we think, I know what I'll do, I will just whack loads of clear acrylic over the top to hold it in place. Yeah, wasn't the prettiest application, but this is real life. This is what it's like to be a nail tech. So I'm not going to cut all this crap out. You know, look at that. Have you ever seen an uglier freaking nail than that nail right there? It filed up beautifully. It was fine. It worked. So I just grab my bulldog clip in a minute and I just hold those dangly bits together out the way. And it helped. It worked. I think that is probably worse than one of my very first nails, to be honest, but it's fine. It filed up nicely. It was beautiful. So I'm going to leave that to set. I literally put a little bit of CJP's, I want to say it's something gold. It's beautiful. It's a really, really nice gold acrylic. I love it. And it's just to hide, really. It's just to hide that little join where that leaf joins up. Love this client. Hannah is a brand new client. She is right from the start had you know, lovely full on acrylic design. She has her nails really long, which I love. She always brings me a picture by Annabelle McGuinness, so you know she's setting the bar high here. I am no Annabelle McGuinness. If you don't follow Annabelle already, Nails by Annabelle, she's also the creator of Glitter Bells, obviously, but you know, she's setting the bar high and she's never been disappointed yet, so it's pushing me, which is good. So I am using one of CJP's colours on here. Can't remember the name, did this set 3-4 days ago, so apologies, but I did that, added in a little bit gold at the tip. What I was going for, I used Annabelle's set as inspiration, but I very much made it my own, and in my head I'd got Gold Digger, literally, and to me Gold Digger means gold tips, don't know why, and I wanted to not make them autumnal because we didn't want to do that, you know, we wanted a nice spring set. This top colour I think is, no, it's gone, I don't know, I will find out what colours they are, I will put it in the description box for you. All CJP obviously, because I only use CJP acrylics, and I just did a 3 colour ombre on that little finger, and I let my ombre set. I then come back and cap them in a little while. I have noticed my application, except for this finger obviously, is getting much neater, which is making my filing much quicker. There is no filing in this video at all because I couldn't be bothered, and I had to get the e-file on this one because it was just ugly. Anyway, we go back, we just add a little bit of gold on that tip again. I then leave that and I come back and cap it. If you can cap such a big ass nail. So if you do this and you end up making it too thick on top, file it out from underneath. As long as you don't file your design out, you'll be absolutely fine. Most things can be fixed. That is the truth of it. I go back and add a little bit Arabian silk, that top colour just came to me, Arabian silk. Just because I had a little gap in that edge there and I didn't want that, so I just added a little bit more in, and we then go on to that middle finger. So on this one I have used Birthday Suit is my nail bed colour, so I'm laying a thin base of Birthday Suit just over the nail bed to even out that colour and make it look nice and pretty. The finished set, the application on the cuticle wasn't perfect, it wasn't the best I've ever done, but you know, it looked okay. I am then using some beautiful gold hearts that I got from the Glitter Fairy. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen, but the Glitter Fairy will no longer be, or I believe she's no longer going to be trading with glitters, etc., which is a shame. But I've got loads of these, so I'm going to keep using them. I'm sure you can get hearts somewhere else. And it's that thing where people think you just whack a lump of glitter on. You don't. I place my pieces very carefully. I wanted single hearts down that clear section of nail, so I move stuff around until it's where I want it to be, until I'm happy. And sometimes that's just turning a heart round the right way, because it just doesn't look right if I don't. So again, leaving that to set, we will then go on to that index finger, and this index finger is a marble. This is the way that I do my marbles. There are a variety of ways that you can do them. This works for me. So 2 small beads of Birthday Suit and that Arabian silk. Just get that cuticle area nice and neat. I then come in with wet beads of the other colours. So this colour and Arabian silk, and then this dark one, I will list them below, and then I just swish them together. Doesn't have to be neat, but you don't want to smush them too much because you will lose your definition. Coming in with a darker band, and I'm just laying that going down. I love doing my marbles like this. Adding some gold in there because we want to have that gold as well. So I work my way down the nail until I'm happy. You need to have very wet beads for this. You know, I just, there you go, literally just swipe it off the nail if it drips too much. But you want it to blend nicely. You want to see the different colours, so you don't want them mixed in too much. But at the same time, you want a bit of random. And just work in small beads. You know, it's easier to build it up than it is to take it off afterwards. So again, that little bit of gold at that tip, going with that gold digger theme. I feel like I want to sing now. So then I go back to that cuticle bit and keep that nice and neat. And then I add a little bit darker up the top there, and I just lay it where I want it to be, literally using it like a paint and just getting the colour blend where I want it to be. And I come back in and add some more gold. Beautiful. Do love me a marble. So on this one, again, did that lovely birthday suit. And it is purely just to make that nail bed look nice and healthy and uniform. You know, it hides all the blemishes. Once I've got it down to that tip, I'm then going to marble across where the nail is so that you cannot see that natural nail growth. I'm just going to get that neater first. I am using my size 10 Tracy Lou brush in here. My two size 10 Tracy Lou brushes are starting to lose a hair here and there, so I may have to get a replacement at some point, but I think considering I bought them in June last year, I think they've done very, very well, and I do love them. Used my 12 yesterday, worked beautifully. So I've only got one client in today. I've had a late morning, I had a lay-in. My husband is currently off work for personal reasons, so he took my son to school this morning, so I stayed in bed late. So currently doing my recording in my pyjamas still. I need to get dressed because I've got to pick him up from school at 3 and I've got a client in at 4. So I'm hoping to get this one up and uploaded so that I can make room for my client today, and I'm going to do that one. So just put that guided the marble across the middle, kept the base of that nail as that Arabian silk, and added a bit of glitter in to outline that marbled area. Loved these thumbnails. These thumbs turned out so nice, and you all know I don't like thumbs, but I've actually fallen in love with these. So once I have got my marbling, I am adding some of those gold hearts into that thumb as well, just to pull that set together. It was so nice to do colours that aren't normal for this time of year. I do like that. Once we have got the design where I want it to be, I will then go back and cap all of those nails. So nice wet bead, keep that finger pointing down, tap tap in the sides and the edges. Don't worry about the bulk of that acrylic because it will fall down the nail naturally, and then just pat, press and pull that acrylic all the way down the tip of that nail. That is probably one of the neatest capping I've ever done, ever. So I go back and add a little bit more. Like I said, I'm only using a size 10 brush, so I'm not picking up massive beads here. So I go back and add a little bit more. I'm going to blend that clear into that previous bead and then just pull it down to where I need it. Get your acrylic application neat. Your filing will be refining only. Unlike that ring finger, which I filed within an inch of its bloody life. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to end up filing some colour away and you just add to it, you know, a little bit of glittery gel polish. It is the thickest, bulkiest nail I've done in ages. It's just shocking. What can I say? I'm not perfect. And don't pretend to be, ever. But it is what it is. And we keep going. For those of you that are predominantly gel polish techs or hard gel techs, yes, this whole service from removal all the way through to the finished product were about 3 hours and 10 minutes. We had a couple of short breaks in there somewhere, but I like my clients. My clients like the fact that I take my time with them. You know, for me, it's about the finished article. It's not about how long it takes. or how quick it is. If I need to do a quick set of nails, I can do a basic set with 1 colour gel polish or 1 colour acrylic in an hour and 15 minutes. But I'd get very bored doing sets like that, so I avoid it. Move is going well. So things that are going well, the move is going very, very well. My son is back in fracture clinic tomorrow, so we're hoping, he's had his MRI scan, we're hoping that splint is going to come off. Everything else is pretty pants at the minute. Got to keep going. Got to keep going. That's it. That's all you can do. So just capping those hearts. Little tip for when you are top coating: if you do a clear tip, top coat underneath that nail for 10 seconds and then top coat the top for your normal 60. It just helps get that clarity. Crystal glass is a beautifully clear acrylic anyway, so not too much of an issue. The less you play with it, the less bubbles will be in there. Hence why I work a little bit wetter. My brushes do need a really good clean. They do need a good soak. Most of the time I give them a quick clean with clean acrylic, clean monomer, sorry, at the end of my service. But every now and again I soak them in clean acrylic and just make sure they're super clean. Get them back into a point, store them bristles down. Has to be done now and again. So mine desperately need that. And I could have done that today, but I didn't. I chose to stay in bed instead. So there is no filing in this video. I have just left the application and the design in. If there is anything you would like to see, please do feel free to ask. I am, as always, happy to answer questions if I can help in any way. Thank you to my new subscribers. If you are new, please do give me a like. If you are watching this and you haven't subscribed already, please do. I will try and get the designs up as much as possible. And no, I still haven't had a chance to use my fake hand. Hasn't happened, but I'm sure it will at some point. I'm looking forward to sitting down and having a good old day. But at the minute, with moving, you know, everything that's going on, it just hasn't happened yet. So that is that from me. I don't do the filing on camera on this set. I've left a video and a photo of the finished result at the end. And I will be back hopefully very, very soon. If I can get this uploaded, I can film my client tonight. She is having a brand new set, no doubt acrylic, so I look forward to doing those. I will be back very, very soon, guys. Thank you so much for your continued support. Love you all. See you soon. Bye for now.